Hello and welcome to Silverrun Forest on the Platinum Edition. This is episode 5 and we start early morning in December. Still pretty dark, so I've decided to pop up to the old sawmill and load some of the product there to take down to town before I do any tree cutting. Although there might be a slightly different scenario with regard to tree cutting today, but we'll see how that develops during the day. In the event, let's get into the front to I was going to say the front end loader, but to the forklift, and we'll load up the beams, and then we'll also do the long planks. We'll do some planks as well, and we'll get those into town. Right, we'll start here. And we'll do that on a little bit of a time lapse, and we'll catch you once it's done. Right, you join me just as we loading the last pallet of planks. We just strap everything up, make sure everything's loaded, nice full load, and we'll get this all off down to the town. Separate where it all needs to go out to. I know more or less, I did check early on, so we need to put some of the beams, at least one of the beams, into the boatyard, and then I think we need to put some into the shingles. I think 2 long planks into the shingles. We'll put 2 long planks into the shingles, and then we'll just top up with other little bits and pieces. This first phase of the roller coaster is just about finished. I think there's just a couple of things. I think the banister railings are needed still, and a few floor tiles, so we'll get those sorted out as well now. Right, let's just arrive here and park this up, and then we'll have a quick squiz and see what we need to do. It's pretty misty morning. As we can see, there has been some sort of movement on the roller coaster. Right, so just nipped up to the wood turner. So we've got a pallet of banisters there, but just before we do that, I think I'll just pop this off into the tea room. Was it the tea room? I can't remember what it's called, but I know it's the best price still, so we'll put that in there, make some quick money there. It's just over 6,000, so it's just under 6,000 or just over 6,000 generally. So and it's a quick deliver at this point in time when we're concentrating really on the roller coaster and the boatyard. So let's get this down to the roller coaster and get that in. This front end loader has been a godsend, especially since we haven't had to pay it. The only thing is you can't tab to it. I do believe that if you reset it you can tab into it, but I haven't done it yet. Right, the other thing we needed for there was a couple of floor tiles, although I do think we have some in stock. We'll just top up the floor tiles and then just keep the rest in stock for the next phase if we need them. I still suspect that if the roller coaster stops taking product, then it's got enough for the full build, but I'm not 100% sure, because obviously I haven't built fully, because I know that it's not taking it quickly filled up with metal. It didn't take metal, and it didn't seem to be using a lot of metal per, well, I can't say per, it didn't seem to use a lot of metal for the first phase, but I know it's allowed me to stockpile planks and wooden beams. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to keep the planks and wooden beams fairly well stocked, so that's why I'm going to put whatever's left over into the, after we've done our little distribution here, into the roller coaster. Let's make sure we don't drop any of these. That's good. All we needed to do was to be taken out by a car. It didn't really look too well. Yes, I don't think it's going to take too many of these, so we'll just try and put one pallet in. No, I don't need any down at the boatyard yet. And we should be fairly close to the getting through the first stage of the boatyard as well. So I've got to get the sheep going and the spinnery going as well. Delicate little operation. Come on. Don't want to knock the whole lot over and break the tiles. There we go. Nice and easy. Let's get this in here quickly. Yeah, so it hasn't taken too many. So that must be full. If my theory is right, that's full for the rest of the build. But we'll wait and see. Luckily it produces quite quickly, so we shouldn't have too many problems keeping up with supply. But it will be nice if I can have a lot of the stuff in there already for the next phase when it opens up, because this should finish, this phase should finish pretty soon. I would say hopefully in this episode. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm not sure. There wasn't many things that still needed to be produced or to be used up for the first phase. Right, so let's get a pack of wooden beams down to the boatyard, and we'll come back and we'll go and put some long planks into the shingle factory. Now the shingles, of course, we don't need for this phase, but there'll probably be some that we can bring back, and we can put those will go into the roller coaster until it's full as well. I can see that the spine and if you just look through the forklift there, the spine and the ribs are all done now. So yeah, that's moving along quite nicely. There's still quite a bit to do. That's definitely not going to finish here. Floor tiles. Yeah, we're okay for floor tiles there as well. Right. Shingles, yeah, shingles have got nothing in there. So let's get some shingles up to the storing 1000. So there's a pallet. So it must be full with another pallet to load. So we'll be able to bring some shingles back into the roller coaster, and that'll make a little bit more money as well. Oops, don't want to take the whole lot off. There we go. Right, here comes the delivery forklift. Off we go. Yeah, 4 there. I think there'll be another one to spawn as well. I don't suppose we'll need to take 2. We'll try and take 4 into the. We won't come back just for 1. It'll be a. We need to be as efficient as we can when we're doing these deliveries. I mean, it doesn't always look like that when I'm taking one rail of banister down at a time down to the roller coaster, but we don't want to. That was producing so slowly. That should produce a little bit quicker now, because I think I put some long planks in there yesterday. Delivered some long planks. I should be doing a little bit quicker. Right, so yeah, if we fill up, there's still plenty of places to sell shingles too, so that's quite fun. We'll keep the production going, because once they're full, we'll still keep the productions going, and that'll increase the income, and we can do some other things as well. Right, let's just get down, take a shortcut through this person's backyard. I did speak to them about it, and yeah, they're quite happy with it. As long as I can give them a job as long as they get a job at the roller coaster is what they told me. In any case, yeah, 4,600, yeah, not too bad. It's all income. Let's just pop up and go and get another load. We'll bring back another 2, and then we'll sort it out again tomorrow. Fantastic. Let's see how much that brings us. Another 4.6, exactly the same price. So that's over 9,000 for those 2. That's not to be scoffed at. Right, so I think that's everything that needs to come off here. Everything else is still okay in terms of supplies. Should last until tomorrow, so we'll put the rest of this load into the roller coaster. I just thought to myself, why am I offloading this pallet by pallet when I can just drive the lorry through? Man, that's not good. Well, it was interesting. Any case, so we'll just offload this now. I was having fun offloading, I suppose. It's another 30 odd thousand. So yeah, not to be scoffed at. That old sawmill is doing pretty well. Well, let's get this parked up, and then we'll decide and have a look and see what the next job is. Right, so I've decided to move the camp from the mountains down into the lowlands. So we're going to buy a piece of land down around the town area to work on during the winter time. As you recall, we're expecting snow for large parts of the winter, and I thought it might be best to have that to be on the lowlands. Now was exploring in this little cave, or the mine entrance, and I found this. So that's going to help us get another piece of land. So we just collect that, and we're up to 132,000, so we should be able to buy a piece of land down near the town, but we'll sort that out in a little minute. In the meantime, while I was here, I thought, what a nice little area this actually is up here, and how wonderful it would be if this could be developed, maybe like the roller coaster, you know. I wonder if it's something that Giants could think about, because I mean, obviously it's dilapidated, but it could be developed and be made into a bit of a tourist attraction. Because if you just have a look at this, pops down here, beautiful, beautiful scenery. Can have little rides in these types of carts pulled by some sort of pulley system or steam train. Could have a little restaurant in there. We'll have to have a look up there sometime. Won't do it today, just got too much work to do. But and then this just circles all the way back up and around and back to where we started. Fantastic, fantastic. Be so nice if that could be developed. Okay, so let's start moving our equipment down to the lowlands. First of all, we'll move the stump grinder, which we haven't actually used yet. I think it's called a forest mulcher, actually. The metal factory will go into shutdown for the winter. We do have quite a bit stocked up there, but we'll concentrate on the wood for income for now. And then in the summertime we'll start it up again, and we'll be able to produce more metal. We're going to have to get more metal for the barrels, but I think I've got enough there for the foreseeable future. If we do run out, we'll have to come and make a plan. But yeah, so we've put that down into shutdown. We'll load this up on the back, and we'll take that through to the grasslands at the moment. We'll park everything up there until we've decided which piece of land we're going to buy. So goodbye this tractor. Been doing a sterling job with loading the logs. I know it's not the tidiest load, but hey, it's doing the job. We're getting 30,000 litres at a time, 30,000 litres-ish at a time into the old sawmill, and that's keeping it active most of the day. Right, so as you noticed, just before we went for the little trip, we loaded up that one tree that was on the road there, and I think I'm just going to sell this tree simply because I haven't done that before. So let's just take the back route into the log sale point, the southern log sale point. Let's see how much we get for this tree. We're hoping for a couple of thousand, I think. Right, where's the trigger? Where is the trigger? I know it's around here somewhere. Let's go and find it. Come on. Yeah, it must be. Well, let's get close to the line there. Yeah, that's about it. There we go, it's done. And just over 3 grand. Can't complain, not to be scoffed at. And let's get this back down. And we'll park it up. Actually, let's start. I think we should start looking to see what piece of land we're going to buy. I'm thinking that. Let's have a look and see. Let's get down here. So we've got that stretch over there already. That's the ideal piece. How much is that? 115,000. It's quite flat, that as well, so it'll be easier to work on in the winter time, in the snow. Yeah, we're going to get that. I think we're going to get that. I mean, we do get a whole big lake, fishing pond, I suppose we can call it. We buy the land. Okay, that's done. We've got another piece of land now. We're back down to 20,000. So let's just go and park this up there. And then we'll go and pick up the low loader and we'll head up back up to the summer camp. I think we'll call it summer camp. And we'll pick up the tree harvester. Excuse me. It's weird. Oh, it's just next to it's parked at the back of the store there. I suppose pretty soon we're going to need to start looking at places to store our equipment in. We haven't got any sheds built or anything like that, but I've been focusing on getting the productions going and the roller coaster and the shipyard going, which is part of the main aim of this series. Right, fuel is needed. Let's go and fill up, see how much this is going to set us back. It's not going to be cheap. It's just about done. Just over $600. Can't complain too much about that. We have done quite a few miles, and it was a fairly long trip between the summer camp and the town, and the summer camp and the sawmill. So that should come down a little bit during the winter time now, because we won't have that far to go. It was still a reasonable amount of distance to go up to the sawmill, but it's a nice easy trip up the main road, so not too difficult. Alright, let's hook up and we'll get on back to the summer camp, and we'll go and load up that tree harvester, bring it down, and then we'll cut. I think we'll just, yeah, I think we'll cut down our load to take up to the sawmill. It'll need to be replenished. We haven't done one. We haven't put any logs in yet today. We've taken all that stuff out early this morning, but we haven't put any logs in, so we must do at least 1, maybe 2 loads of logs. But that's a little way down the way. First of all, we've got to get this down to the winter camp, or the town camp. Probably best to call it the town camp, because I suspect we'll be working there quite a bit. It looks like it'll be easier to harvest, and so we'll harvest that area and then replant it, and then get back up here and keep the sawmill going supplied from here with wood. Much more difficult logging operation, but we've got it. We'll see how the cash flow goes. Maybe we'll buy something closer to the sawmill. It's all about getting the efficiencies going. The main efficiency with buying this area was to get a place really close to the ore mine, so that we didn't have to transport the ore very far to make the metal. Right, delicate little operation. See if we can get it on there. Oops, oh, straighten out a bit. Oh, yeah, luckily those wheels are big. I think that actually drove up. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. We'll park it up there. I don't think it's hanging off the back. No, it's not. Front seems to be let's pop into the cab and go and put the straps on. Don't want this going flying as we're travelling down these hills and up these hills. Take the back in. Put the ramps away. That's that done. Just pop out and go make sure everything is secure. Any good lorry driver would. Yep, straps are in, looking secure. I didn't check to see how. It's a little way over to the right, but not too bad. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. There's enough on the platform so that it won't go in. That's all nice and tucked away. Yep, let's get going. We'll do this on a time lapse and show you the trip back down to the town area. Right, so we'll get you once that's done. Right, so we're just about here. Just drive through the store area, across the railway line, and we can offload the harvester, and we'll get started on harvesting some more trees. Shouldn't take long to get this off. Just unstrap it, put the ramps down, reverse it off. Really happy with this purchase. I found it pretty easy to handle. Couple of hair raising incidents on the side of the mountains there and such like, but yeah, pretty powerful. Seems to be able to get around, seems to be handled. I mean, the reason why I bought it was because it could do 80 centimeter logs, and I think that's the biggest harvester that we can do there at the moment. So I don't know. I haven't checked some of the big crane ones. We'll have to look at that sometime. We're going to need to lease one of those to do the planting when we cleared this area and we want to plant some more trees. That's a little way down the future. In any case, we'll get this all done and we'll get a load done and up to the sawmill. We'll do that on a time lapse and we'll see you after it's done. Right, here we are at the sawmill. Let's get this load offloaded. And there we go, it's offloading, no problem at all. Right, we just jump cuts till the end. It does take a little while to offload, so I'm going to jump cut through most of them. We've seen how spectacular it looks when those logs go up into the sawmill. Right, let's have a quick squiz and see. So we've got about 18,000. I think I need to do another load of wood. But first of all, it's going to pop up here. I'm going to put those prefabricated panels, wall panels, onto the train and get the train off and go and sell those, bringing in a little bit more money. They load up quite easily. In fact, they load up very easily. Then we'll put the rest of the planks. Yeah, that looks good. Planks going in. Get the train. So, oh, they must have fallen off from the. That's a bonus. Didn't realize it was there. So we're just about ready to sell everything. There we go. How much did we make? 10,000 and 19,000. I think the 10,000. I think it was the 19,000 was for the planks. So much. I'll have to look at that in the future. It's the first time I've sold it out to there. I've never really looked at it. All the planks that I've made so far I've just put straight into the roller coaster. It's even more strange is that I know you can get those for zero from the sawmill. You can buy those planks for zero from the sawmill, so a bit of a money cheat there. We won't be using that for now. Right, so we're back down here. I think I'm going to do another load quickly, get it done, just cut up a couple more trees and then get these up to the sawmill as well. Right, we'll put that onto a time lapse and we'll see you when it's done. Alright, and you join me after that little time lapse, and we've now got 43,000, nearly 44,000 wood in the sawmill. That should be enough for today, and we'll get back down to town and go and park up the saw, or at least the the trailer. And there we go. We've started the second phase. So first phase of the roller coaster is done and dusted. Fantastic. So we need wood beams 5,000, so we've got enough for that. At least planks we've got enough of. Wood beams we've got enough of. Long planks we've got enough of. Metal we've got enough of. Floor tiles we've got enough of. Staircase railings, so we still need staircase railings. Shingles we don't need for this. Right, so we've got everything covered there except staircase railings, so we need another two pallets of staircase railings, and we've got everything for the second phase. Fantastic, a little bit of planning. Right, now we're back out at the grasslands, and I think we need to put in a sheep pen. Just before we do that, let's have a look and see what we own. So we've got, that's the sawmill, so we all own all the land around the sawmill. Of course we own all the land around the mill, as at least the iron ore. There we go, the iron ore mine. And then we have the flat land, which is now the townland, and we have this grassland. So let's just make some space so that we can put out a sheep pen. And we'll get some sheep to start with, depending on the money. Once we've built the sheep in, so we've got 48,000. I do have a nice little modded sheep pen. Does mean we're going to have to put water into the sheep pen, but they've got that pond just behind us, which we own now, so we can get the water from there. No problem at all. Right, here it is here. Let's see if it fits in there. We'll get it that side there so that we can get the spinnery in next to it. That looks about right. Still overlaps, so it overlaps with the grass that's been cut. Give it enough space to work behind. Always tend to take a little bit of time. I still never really get it enough. There we go. That's in. Sheep pen done. Right. So now we're going to have to put some food and water into there. Let's put a couple of bales in. Fill it up before we get the sheep. So where are we down to? 13,000 odd, is it? Front end loaders coming in useful again. So it's now not just a forestry tractor, it's a multi-purpose tractor. And I think whilst we are down working on the town field, we don't need to get another one because it's fairly close to just drive the tractor between the two. But once we get back up to the top field, we'll have to make another arrangement, I think, on how to load up or to feed the sheep, should I say. Yeah, it definitely does need water, this one. But then again, it only costs 35,000, and I think you can get 60 odd sheep in there, so we won't have enough to buy 60 sheep now, but we'll fill that up. We're not going to go through the whole breeding process on the sheep at this stage. So let's go and get our water tanker, my trusty old Lizard Sump 3.0. Very cheap and 10,000 litres. Fantastic. Right, that's that done. Let's get that back to the farm, filled up, and top up the water. And then we'll go and have a look at some sheep. Thank goodness. I was a bit worried that we might not be able to fill up there, but it looks like we will be able to. Start refilling. The other good thing about this is that from the rivers this thing fills up really quickly. And as we say that the snow coming down, looks like we've got out just in time from the summer, or from the minefield. That's a good name for it, a minefield. Brings up all sorts of war connotations as well. Who's mined that minefield? I guess you know what I'm talking about. Right, let's fill that up. There we go. See the water going into the trough. I don't think it'll take it all. It's taking quite a bit of it, which is good. Yeah, it's taken 6,500 litres. We'll just park this up somewhere close. We'll have to develop this area as a bit of a farm holding. Right. Oops, dropped the weight off there. We'll be looking for that if we hadn't done that. Make sure we get enough feed in there for it to be full. And of course the nice thing about this is we can just leave some bales there and it'll just continuously refuel. Right, let's go and see how many sheep we can buy. 10,000 we've got. We need to keep a little bit in store for to repay the loan interest overnight. What shall we get? Shall we get brown Swiss, seeing as it's cold? Right, how many are we going to do? So we can get 65. Yeah, I thought it was 65. So that's a reasonable 3,500, and a little bit of effort of putting water in. Not bad. Not sure how much fabric we're going to need, but I wouldn't think it's going to be a huge amount. But at least we'll have another production building, and we'll put the spinnery next door, so it's not going to be a huge investment of time in terms of keeping it stocked up once it's done. It's 14, 15. Yeah, we'll start with 15. It'll get a couple of bales, maybe a bale or so overnight. Right, and that's going on very well. Well, I think that's pretty much what we're going to call it for the day. It's getting towards 4:30 in the afternoon. The night is setting in. It's been a very, very eventful day. We've got a hang of a lot done. The most exciting thing being that we've finished the first part of the roller coaster. So part 1 done. Part 2, a lot of it is already done in terms of the supply chain. We'll keep supplying though, because there's going to be a third part as well. So we'll keep supplying that as long as it'll take whatever requirements are. So we're in December and the first part of the roller coaster is done. Just going to fill up a few more, put a few more bales in, and then we'll finish it off there. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next exciting episode. Cheerio.